tienderere mberi to Ingenja ministry.
Where we then had a board resolution that we proceed and engage the ministry.
Ministry yaka Ingenja.
Okay, maybe before you get to that, may you please have sight of this document?
Yes,
Yes, are you familiar with that document?
Yes.
What is it?
No resolution and utaura nezvayo.
That is the resolution that I've told you about.
My Lord and learned assessors, I beg leave to tender in a board resolution by Black Deck Private Limited. The resolution by the board of directors of Black Deck Private Limited, dated, on 5 November 2021, shall be Exhibit 17. By consent. Dated, my lord. Yes. So, what was the resolution of the board?
Saka resolution ye board yaiti.
Resolution ye board irikuberenga iyo ichiti.
It reads as follows.
Pekutanga iripa letter yetrakanzi iro Black Deck Private Limited.
It's on Black Deck Private Limited.
Okay. We have now established in your evidence in chief yesterday, you led us through the two varying letterheads of the company. Yes. So that we can pick up on the pace, you can just refer to whether it's the first letterhead that refers to livestock or is the one that says trading as Colenso.
Saka nezuro makataura nyekusiyana kwemaletterheads. Saka nasi kutroti tijekero nokurumidza kunogona kutaura kuti iletterhead yekutanga iri kutaura zvembudzi kana kuti ndeimwe letterhead yacho.
Iletterhead yakanzi Black Deck Private Limited, Black Deck Livestock and Poultry Farming.
The letterhead is Black Deck Private Limited, the Livestock and Poultry Farming.
Irikuberenga iyo ichiti.
Which reads as follows.
At a meeting of the Board of Directors of Black Deck Private Limited on the 5th of November 2021, the company appointed Moses Mpofu and Tinashe Chimombe to be the company's representatives to negotiate a contract for the supply of goats with the Ministry of Lands, signed by Secretary.
Okay. All right. What then transpired after that?
Chakazoitika invitwa ku ministry through a phone call ya nambotaura iya yaiti.
We were invited to the ministry through a phone call that I told you about.
This is after tapiwa award letter yandambobata zvayo.
And this was after we got the award letter that I also told you about.
Yes, which was exhibit number 8, which you touched on.
Yes.
Okay.
And award letter ndaitaura kuti yanga iri Black Tech Private Limited zvakare.
And I've already told you that the award letter was for Black Tech Private Limited.
Yes.
After that takabva taenda kuministry kunonegotiata on the contract terms.
After that, we went to the ministry to negotiate on the contract terms.
Okay. Who went to the ministry to negotiate on the contract terms?
Ndiana kaenda ku ministry kuno negotiate ma contract terms.
Ku ministry takaenda tiri 3, inini Moses Mpofu, in charge of the implementation of the projects.
It was the 3 of us, Moses, Mpofu, that is myself, in charge of
implementation and operations.
In charge of implementation and operations.
Natinashe Chimombe,
Tinashe Chimombe,
na Gift Matiza.
and Gift Matiza.
Okay. When, around what time of the year or month did you go to the
Makaenda
ministry?
ikoko rini munogona kutaura kuti wanga uri mwedzi upepuri.
Award letter takaiwana around Muswa 3 November 2021, and then
We received the award letter on the 3rd of November 2021.
and then contract between 6 November and 13 November, if I'm not mistaken, ndo patakaita ma negotiations.
Then we had the negotiations around, that is between 6 to 13 November.
Okay. So who were you having those negotiations with at the ministry?
Wamaita ma negotiations naye ku ministry ndiani.
Papa na director procurement Mr. Makoni,
Mr. Makoni, Director for Procurement.
pozoita papa na Miss Precious Isa. Isa.
There was also Miss Precious Isa.
Makoni's first name was? Sorry, did you say Makon, Mr. Makon, or you mentioned the first name?
Mataura zita rawe vanhu vangoti Mr. Makoni.
Ndangoti Mr. Makoni, but
That's fine. We'll record
It's
that.
just Mr. Makoni.
Yes. Proceed.
Yes.
vamwe varipo handicharangarira mazita avo, but pakune vamwe I think about 2 members the Ministry of Agriculture.
I've forgotten names for other 2 members of the ministry.
Okay. Yes. What was the outcome of those negotiations? Or what were the negotiating points, main points?
Saka pakunegotiata kwamaita mainyanyotaura nezvo. Mainegotiata nezvacho.
Ministry yaitiudza kuti program yatinoda kuti tiite iri agent and inoda kuitwa nekukasika.
The ministry was informing us that the projects that we had to embark on had to be done as quick as possible, and it was urgent.
Isusu takazvitambira izvozvo, and then ma areas edu ataida kuti tiwirirane anga ari 1 payment terms, 2 delivery terms.
We agreed with what they told us, but we had conditions that we wanted them to meet. 1, payment terms.
Ma delivery terms.
Secondly, it was the delivery terms.
Vaka-emphasize ivo kuti program iyi vazofunga kuti vaibreak.
If you could just, you said 3.
You
I
had
recorded
mentioned,
payment terms, delivery terms, and what?
yes, you had mentioned 3 things that you were focusing on.
mataura zvinhu 3 zvamaida kuti zvinge zviwiranwa nazvo.
You had indicated payment terms, delivery, and what other aspect?
Total of 3.
It doesn't matter if you can proceed. You can recall it, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, mainly angarima payment terms, nema delivery terms, ne distribution. Ndio imo yakataura nezvo.
We also discussed about distribution.
And ministry yaka-emphasize kuti program iyi haichadiwa kuti ibe once off yakubreakwa into 5 years.
The ministry also explained to us that the program had to be divided in 5 terms. It no longer needed to be a once-off thing.
5 years from where to when?
5
years dzacho dzanga dziri dzekubva papi kusvika papi.
5 years idzodzo dzaitanga idzo 2021 dzichinoguma 2026.
From 2021 to 2026.
Yes. So what was the outcome of the negotiations?
Saka pama-negotiations achichakazobuda.
Pama-negotiations isusu sezvatataura pa se-Black Tech Private Limited pa-bidding document redu data proposer 70% advance payment.
According to our Black Tech bidding document, we had proposed 70%
advance payment.
70% advance payment.
It was 70% of how much?
Yanga iri 70% yemari.
Yaifanira kuita 70% of the total tender sum yanga iri iyo 87,757,000.
87,757,000.
Okay. One may want to know why you intended to have 70% of the contract sum.
Munhu anogona kuda kuziva kuti sei imi mada kuti mupiwe 70% yemari yese.
Pekutanga total tender sum iyi yaibhadharwa iyo ne$0 at the prevailing rate on the day of payment.
The total tender sum was to be paid in $0 at the prevailing rate of the day.
And chido chedu che 70% taidira isusu plan yedu implementation plan yanga iri kuti 40% taishandisa iyo kugadzirisa infrastructure.
According to our implementation plan, we were to use 40%.
Infrastructure yakafanana nematanga embudzi ano kuma provinces ese.
For infrastructure, that is for the poor.
Ma province
in all provinces.
Yes, and yaitibatsira kutenga mishonga ye vaccination.
We would also use it to buy vaccination chemicals.
Yaitibatsira zvakare kutenga motikari nekuhaya dzimwe motikari dze program.
To purchase motor vehicles and hire more vehicles.
Nekutibatsira kutenga chikafu chembudzi.
We would buy goat feed.
Nekutibatsira kubhadhara vashandi across all provinces.
As well as to pay employees across all provinces.
Zvese izvi taizvicalculata chiti toda kuti zvisvike 5 years.
So from our calculations, we were targeting 5 years.
and then imwe 30% yaisara. Plan yedu yanga iri yekuti isusu totanga for first year to deliver for the first year, and then going forward.
For the remaining 30%, our plan was to use it in order for us to deliver for the first year.
Pa first year ipapo taisara neimwe mari yaitikwanira isusu kuti across all provinces tobrida tega chiitira kuti second year going forward teta kungobrida tega
It
tichidistribute.
will also allow us for that first year to breed on our own in all provinces from that year going forward.
Saka teti sisa faniro kunetsekana nembudzi because teta anadzo dzedu tega asi first year ndiyo yataitenga kuvarimi vakasiyana siyana.
So that we would not later on worry about goats, as we would be breeding them on our own and only do purchase of goats for the first year.
So, how much do you want at Black Deck Private Limited won the tender for each court?
Saka pambudzi yega yega mamaona tender imari se Black Deck.
Roughly around, I would want you to, maybe before you get to the documents, to give me the answer from your head.
Imbobire kutarisa mapepa inotaura yamukufunga kuti yaive mari kutaura nemusoro.
On average tikutarisira mbudzi imwe chete yaiita kuma $100.
On average, one goat was valued at $100.
Mari iyo ichibhadharwa iyo ne-equivalence ye-Zimbabwean dollars.
And that amount was to be paid in Zim dollar.
At the prevailing bank rate.
Yes, how would you react if someone says, oh, those goats were very expensive at $100?
Kana pakava neanoti mbudzi idzodzo dzaidhura kana muchiti imwe chete yaita $100.
Panenge pakuda kutsanangura kuti nyaya iyi yanga isiri mbudzi yekunotora apa nekunoisa apa. Nyaya yedu yembudzi yaisanganisira zvakawandisa.
We would then need to explain that it did not mean that we would get a goat from one point and move it to the next.
For example,
It included a lot.
For example, price yembudzi, I think on average, inoita iyo kuma $30 to $40.
For example, goats are priced at around $30 to $40 is the normal price.
Iri US dollar, chaiyo, currency ye US dollar.
And that will be in US dollar currency.
Dzedu mbudzi dzaidiwa kuti dzovaccinatwa, dzotransportwa, dzotegwa, dzofitwa, dzozoendeswa kwadziri kudiwa.
For our goats, we needed to vaccinate them, transport, take, feed, then deliver them to where they're supposed to be delivered.
Pamsoro pazo.
Yes.
Pamsoro pazo pakune ma-agent fees cause mbudzi idzi haisi Black Deck Black Deck Private Limited yanga yakuita pachayo yega Zimbabwe yese asi kuti
On top of that, there were agent fees because this project was not only for Black Deck in all provinces.
ayo project yanga iri Black Deck Private Limited maprovince ese asi kuti taka-appointa ma-agents aitibatsira kumaprovince akasiyana siyana.
The project was for Black Deck, but we employed agencies who would then assist us in all provinces.
Saka mari iyoyo ye $100 yaisanganisira zvese izvozvo.
So the $100 included all that.
Okay. What then transpired after the negotiations?
Saka mushure mekunge maita negotiations aichi chakazoita.
Ministry of Agriculture ina kuvumirana ne 70% yatata requesta isusu pa tender document Reflectech Private Limited.
The Ministry of Agriculture did not agree with the 70% that we requested.
Asi takazowirirana kuti vanotibhadhara 30% instead of our 70%.
We then agreed that they would pay 30% instead of the 70%.
Okay. If I may take you back to the point that we were discussing about the price per goat. One of the state's witness indicated that Blackdeck Private Limited had been the lowest bid at that price. What would be your reaction to that?
Tikadzokera panyaya yemari yembudzi, pane mupfakazi akataura kuti Blackdeck ndo yanga itori nemari inenge yakati dererei pamutengo wembudzi.
Ichokwadi, Blackdeck ndiyo yakapiwa basa iroriri nekuti ndiyo yanga yakachipa pamakompani anga aripo akasubmita mabids.
That is correct. Blackdeck won the tender because it was the cheapest compared to other companies.
Oh, okay. Now we can proceed. You said you then agreed on 30%.
Tender mberi mati makazowirirana pa 30%.
Pa 30% takawirirana chibva tapuwa condition yekuti 30% iyoyo inofanira kubhadharwa mushure Blackdeck yaunza iyo bank advance payment guarantee inobva from a registered commercial bank.
We agreed on that payment, but there were conditions that Blackdeck had to first bring the bank
Advance payment guarantee.
Bank advance payment guarantee.
What was going to be the purpose of the guarantee? What was the mechanism or idea behind it?
Guarantee iya chinangwa chekuti chirunzwa changa chiri chini.
Guarantee iyoyo yakataurwa meeting kuti chirongwa chatiri kupindana nacho chirongwa chihombe chinoinvolva mari yakawanda uyezve bank guarantee iya inobatsira iyo ministry.
It was mentioned in the meeting that the project was a big one, so the bank guarantee was to assist the ministry.
Kuti in the event yekuti kune zvanetsa kana kuti mbudzi hadzina kuuya sekubvumirana kwatinenge taita, vanokwanisa kunoclaima mari yehurumende kubva kuguarantee inenge yapuwa nebank. Saka yanga toti insurance cover.
That we had failed to honor, they were to approach the bank that would have been used as a guarantee to recover their money.
Can you please have sight of this document? What is that document?
Iri gwaro ndere first capital asi arisiriro ratakaendesa pekutanga.
This document is from First Capital, but it is not the one that we initially got.
Gwaro ratakaendesa yanga iri advance payment guarantee yaibva iyo kuMedbank.
Our first document was that was the advance payment guarantee for Medbank.
Is that the document that you are referring to?
Ongo.
Yes.
my Lord, the learned assessors, I beg leave to tender in a document being a Met Bank guarantee letter. Just bear with me. What's the date of the guarantee? It's dated 28 February 2022. If I can have a copy of that. State?
No objection, my lord.
But the Met Bank advance payment shortfall guarantee dated 27 February 2023 shall be Exhibit 14. Oh, Exhibit 18.
Dated, my lord. Maybe, my lord, just a point of correction. The date is 28 February 2022. The expiry date is the one that's 27 February 2023.
Well, thanks for the correction.
Thank you, my lord.
So it is that is for the period extending 28 February 2022 to 27 February 2023.
Yes, my
Ms.
lord.
Beta, isn't it?
Yes, my lord. Dated, my lord. Yes,
It's Exhibit 18.
dated, my lord. Yes, what then transpired?
Chichakazoitika.
Bank guarantee iroro mari yakanyorwa ipapo ndo inoenderana necover ye30% yataifanira kuchibhadharwa Black Deck Private Limited
The amount
neministry.
written on that bank guarantee is what we were supposed to receive as 30%.
Saka takanosubmita bank guarantee iroro kuMinistry of Agriculture muna February imomo vatanga
In
kuita
that same month of
maprocess
February, Magasabita,
kuMinistry of Agriculture.
we submitted that document to the Ministry of Agriculture.
Obvious before vasati varitambira vakati ivo vanoda kutanga vaita ma-internal processes ekuverifya kuti nderechokwadi here.
But before they accepted it, they said they needed to do some internal investigations to establish whether or not that document was a 2-1.
In whose name was the Exhibit 18 issued in favor?
Saka gwaro iroro ranzi exhibit 18 ranga riri muzita rani?
gwaro iroro raka-aplayiwa ne-Black Deck Private Limited rika-issuiwa ne-Nedbank in the name of Black Deck Private Limited.
It was applied for by Black Deck Private Limited and issued by Nedbank. So it was in the name of Black Deck Private Limited.
Okay. Are you aware of the outcome of the investigations?
Saka imi munoziva here kuti pakuinvestigata kwavaita pakazobuda zvii?
Hongu, pakaridzwa foni kubasa kukaziviswa vanga varipo kunzi musi wakati vanomiririra Black Deck Private Limited ngavachiuya for contract signing.
They made a phone call where they mentioned that those who were representing Black Deck Private Limited had to come through and sign the contract.
Yes. What then happened?
Saka chii chakazoitika?
Kana ndisiri kukanganisa musi wa 16 November 2021 ndo pandakaenda inini na Tinashe Chimombe, my representatives at Black Deck Private Limited.
On the 16th of November, if I'm not mistaken, I then went to Tinashe Chimombe as Black Deck representatives.
Do you have the contract with you?
The contract here,
Hongu,
yes.
My Lord, I'm referring the witness to
yeah, contract ndaiwana.
the contract that was signed, which was tendered by the state, if my memory serves me well,
I found the
as
contract.
exhibit number
4.
Number 4.
exhibit number 4. Thank you, my Lord. Yes.
Yes, contract ndinayo ndio exhibit number 4 yamataura.
Okay.
I have the contract, which is exhibit 4.
Yes. What role did you take in the drafting of that contract, or who drafted the contract?
Imimi makatora chidanho chipi pakugadzira contract?
Inini saMoses Mpofu pamwe chete seBlack Deck Private Limited secompany hapana role yatakaita pakudraftwa kwegwaro irori.
As Moses Mpofu and as Black Deck Private Limited, we did not play any role in drafting the contract.
Who drafted the contract?
Saka
Who prepared?
akagadzira contract
Sematauriro akaitwa nema-officials eministry tiri mumeeting yedu ye-pre-contract negotiation, pre-contract signing negotiation, takaudzwa kunzi contract yakudzoserwa kulegal, saka ndovimba kuti vekulegal ndo vakagadzira contract iyoyi.
From what was said by ministry,
Veku-procurement vatakaenda
by
kuno
officials from procurement, they said after the pre-contract signing negotiations, they were sending the contract to
legal department.
legal department. So I think it is the legal department that took care of that.
Okay. You will note that on the face of the contract, it reads the government of Zimbabwe. It's a contract entered into between the government of Zimbabwe, and it says, and Black Deck Livestock, Poultry and Farming. Who inputted the names of the parties on that contract?
mukatarisa contract iyoyo iri kutaura kuti government of Zimbabwe yozonyora kuti end Black Deck ichitaura company yese iyoyo, saka akagadzira contract iyi.
Vakagadzira contract nekuisa zita rekunzi Black Deck Livestock and Poultry Farming ndo veku-Ministry of Agriculture vakaita contract yacho.
It is the Ministry of Agriculture that drafted this contract and also wrote Black Deck Private Limited.
Sorry, and also?
And also wrote Black Deck Private Limited.
Did you say that?
Haina kunyorwa Black Deck Private Limited. Yakanyorwa kunzi Black Deck Livestock and Poultry Farming.
They wrote Black Deck
Livestock and Poultry Farming.
Livestock and Poultry Farming.
Okay. So the state alleges that that party which is written to have entered into the contract is non-existent, and therefore the contract is now in void. What will be your reaction?
And the first part of the statement.
Okay. The state alleges that the parties that entered into the contract, the party that entered into the contract with the government of Zimbabwe, written on that contract, Black Deck Livestock and Poultry Farming, is non-existent, and therefore the contract is now in void.
Vamuchuchisi vari kutaura vachiti vakapinda mucontract vanove Black Deck Livestock and Poultry Farming avapo, saka zvinenge zvaakureva kuti contract iyoyo haitoshandi.
What is your reaction to that?
Izvo ndozviramba handibvumirane nazvo. Nekuti sezvandakataura tichitanga musi wandakapinda pano muuvhakazi, ndakataura inini kuti Black Deck Private Limited ine zita rayo rainotreda ichishandisa rinonzi.
I do not agree with that, because when I first took the witness stand, I mentioned that Black Deck Private Limited has a trade name.
Rinonzi iro Black Deck Livestock and Poultry Farming, nerimwe racho rinonzi iro Colenso Farm.
Rinonzi?
Colenso Farm.
I mentioned that their trading name is Black Deck Livestock and Poultry Farming and Colenso Farm.
Saka mukufunga kwedu zvitori pachena kuti vanhu veku-Ministry of Agriculture pavainyora kuti Black Deck Livestock and Poultry Farming vaiziva kuti izita rinoreva kuti Black Deck Private Limited nekuti i-trading name yaro.
From our understanding, when the Ministry of Agriculture wrote Black Deck Livestock and Poultry Farming, they knew they were also talking about Black Deck Private Limited because it is its trade name.
Why ndichidaro ndikutaura seizvozvo nekuti ivo veku-Ministry of Agriculture pavakanyora award letter vachizivisa Black Deck Private Limited kunzi yawina tender, vakaiadresa ivo tsamba yavo vachiendesa ku-Black Deck Private Limited.
I say so because when the Ministry of Agriculture wrote an award letter, they wrote Black Deck Private Limited, and it was also sent to Black Deck Private Limited.
Okay. One of the state's witness, Ms. Chennai Garisenet, indicated, who is a legal officer at the ministry, when she was testifying to this honorable court, she told us that whenever they were relating to Black Deck Livestock and Poultry Farming, they were loosely referring to it in the same vein as Black Deck Private Limited. What is your reaction to that evidence?
kana akapa hongo wachibva kuminista anonzi Chenai anovendiga ofisa ikoko akataura achiti pavaitaura kuti black deck livestock and poultry farming vaitaurawo zvekare nekumwe kutaura vanhu vaizvitora zvekare neimwe nzira kuti iblack deck private limited.
ndobvumirana nematauriro avakaita ndandirimo mudare rino mai Chenai Neta vachitaura izvozvo.
I would agree with that. I was actually in court when Ms. Chenai Neta gave that evidence.
Saka semunhu welegal akadrafta zvakare contract sematauriro avaitaura anga ari zvakare chairperson we-evaluation committee aiziva sematauriro aakaita kuti Black Deck Private Limited ne-Black Deck Livestock and Poultry Farming zvinoreva chinhu chimwe chete.
Since Ms. Chenai Neta was from the legal side and she was also the one who had drafted the contract and she was also the chairperson for evaluation
committee.
For evaluation committee, I would agree with her that when she mentioned elected livestock and poultry farming, she knew she was also referring to elected private limited.
Thank you very much. My Lord, I do take note that it is now a minute to 4. Maybe before I go on to the next stage, you may have to adjourn.
It appears to me that you are not about to complete the evidence in chief.
Indeed, my Lord.
You still have a long way to go.
Indeed, my Lord.
I had sent an emissary to you suggesting that perhaps we could sit during vacation. My estimation is that we need 4 clear days, and that is achievable during vacation because we have no other matters set down. I got the indication that the bar is amenable to that suggestion.
Indeed, my Lord.
So can we block 4 days from the 4th of August and then stop on Thursday? When is Heroes holiday?
I believe it should be 10 and 11, which is...
So we can
11 and
utilize
12.
the first week of the vacation
Indeed, my Lord.
and block 4 days. That should suffice for us to should be enough for us to complete. I hope I'm right, Registrar. We have no matters today, isn't it?
My brother, Mr. Mkia, would want to...
Unfortunately, I'm not available due to personal reasons the whole week of the 4th to the 8th. I'm however available from the 13th, which is soon after the Heroes, as well as the other week.
I'm not likely to be available.
My Lord, I'm not so sure if the court is amenable for next week, Monday. Initially, we had discussed and said next week.
No, definitely next week, no. Because it being the end of the term, we need to be winding up, completing judgments, clearing out. We don't want to leave any chamber matters, chamber work. So we might as well proceed in September.
Lord, in light of the fact that we are appearing, maybe co-appearing, people appearing with the professor, we believe the week starting 4th, we go past would be available for the second participation. And I might suggest that even as we will continue to tell, we'll see.
You
yes,
find a way of...
receiving some notice for August.
Yes. Because we are likely to spend 2 more days on his evidence,
Yeah.
which only requires you to note the evidence. So, yeah. And then thereafter we can then go into the... Yes, I think that's the best way. I am not able to avail myself beyond that. We all know that I have not taken any vacation for the past year. So, we need that.
We will avail ourselves. Yes. 2 of us or 3 of us or 1 of us.
From the 4th? Baru, Mr. Mgia, you are persuaded?
Yes, madam.
The
State
state,
will be in attendance.
Mr. Mpofu, you can go back to the
So that's not a problem.
No, just go. The 4th is a Monday. But stand up accused persons. Yes, it looks like we need 4 clear days, in my estimation, to complete the defense cases. And we have agreed to adjourn this trial to the 4th of August to be held over 4 days. That is the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. There might be minor disruptions which won't not really affect much. The member of the court on my left has got a case management meeting on the 4th, but case management meetings don't usually take too long. So we should be able to complete your defense cases during those 4 days. And since it will be vacation, you are not likely to be disturbed. So, yes, we are postponing the matter to the 4th of August 2020.
Nema kuzoka musi wa 4 August. Nyaya ichaitwa kweproject yakatedza 4, 5, 6 na 7.
And I'm placing on record that this postponement for the hearing to proceed during vacation is by consent.
Indeed, my lord.
Any other business, Registrar? Very well. The court will rise.